All right, everybody, if you have been watching our starting lineup week daily series of live streams on Facebook Live, you'll see the gentleman seated on the blue couch right now, Sergeant Paul Tapao. Very good friend of mine for many, many years. But, Paul, this adventure that we've now been on, you've actually been running point on this one. You've been taking us to the various police precincts, giving people a really deep view at the way you guys do your operations. And as we found from this past week when we went to Tumon, it's an interesting job and one that you guys take with a lot of pride.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, when we first started this venture, it was really how do we bring the Guam Police Department back to the community. So when you guys gave us the opportunity, we ran with it. We're like, let's just show them who we are. Let's just show them the struggles and the challenges that our officers face, the different dynamics with the precinct, and you know the volume of calls that they have to entertain on a daily basis. So you know we saw firsthand. You know we got the blessing of Chief Ignacio. We actually had to sit down with him. We went up to Dededo precinct. We saw firsthand about you know just the challenges that they face with minimal manpower of 1, 1, and 4, and you know moving down, changing that dynamics from 70,000 people to an industry in Tumon, the tourism industry, where you know the officers there have to be exposed and be very you know cognizant of what's going on with the tourism side, not just in Tumon, but also you know the proper with the Tutua area and everybody there that surrounds that business. So you see the dynamics shifting as we move down.
And you guys have been incredibly open. I mean, we told you in the beginning, we just said when we talked to Sabrina and Ken and Asha and myself, and we said, you know, let's shoot for the moon. Let's say we want to see the inside of a cell. You guys have shown us that, which is something that, you know, maybe before you'd say the only way you're going to see the inside of the jail cell is if you're actually inside it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's just one of the things that we have at the precinct, but really highlighting the officers and some of the challenges that they face. I think it's really important that we bring that out to the community and, you know, highlighting all our initiatives that's actually working with the Guam Police Department and the community, such as our Neighborhood Watch program, such as, you know, our youth initiatives. And again, we want to you know, pay tribute to where tribute's due. When Simon Sanchez was broken into, the students from Simon Sanchez, we also featured them, the Mad Sharks, that this is their initiative that they built from the ground up, understanding that they can make a difference. So, you know, thank you again for the opportunity in providing us an outlet in which we can showcase the challenges of the Guam Police Department, but also some of the success stories that we can highlight, and the community has that connection now with the Guam Police Department. And
you guys can see all of these episodes right now on our Facebook Live page and on YouTube. Really, really awesome. Where are we going next week?
Next week,
I'm looking forward to these.
Yeah, next week we're going to go down to the Agana precinct, and you know, as we segue into the package, we're going to discuss about a robbery that occurred. But you know, again, as we highlight the dynamics that changes, you know, here leaving Tumon, now you're going to see the dynamic shift to government operations, the legislature building, you know, the sites, the ruins, and everything. You know, that pillar of society, the first civilization, and not the first civilization, but the first form of government that was introduced. So you're gonna see how the Agana switches over, and of course, you know, we're gonna give tribute to the Agana precinct, because in a few months we're gonna be decommissioning the precinct and moving our officers to the new central precinct.
Okay, so speaking of a central village, I know, as you just said, this is this week's crime of the week, correct? Yes,
this is a crime that occurred at Toto proper. So, you know, we're asking the community, because of the fact of the violence of the crime, and of course with what happened, it really, you know, we want to bring justice to the victim.
Okay, there's a lot of people in Toto. I got a lot of friends there. They are really good, hardworking, God-fearing people. They don't need crime in their community, so here's what you can do to help out.
On Friday, March 14, at around 12 o'clock in the morning, officers from the Higganyo Precinct Command responded to Garden Court in Toto relative to a robbery that occurred. Now, the preliminary investigation suggests that the victim, a resident of the complex, was approached by 5 unknown male Micronesians while at the rear side of the complex. The victim indicated that he was then assaulted by the men, in which they took his cell phone. As the men continued assaulting the victim, they demanded his password. Fearful for further attacks, the victim was able to run away, where police were later contacted. As a result of the assault, the victim was transported to Guam Memorial Hospital for treatment and care. The suspects were only described as male Micronesians. Now, the Guam Crime Stoppers is reaching out to the community for their assistance relative to this case. If anyone has any information about this crime or any other crime, you can call our 24-hour hotline at 477-HELP, that's 4357, or submit a tip online at guam.crimestoppersweb.com. All calls will remain completely confidential, and a cash reward of up to $1,000 could be paid if the information provided leads to an arrest and a grand jury indictment. Your call does make a difference.
All right, Sarge, we appreciate it as always. And in closing, I want to ask this because I haven't asked you this yet on the live streams. And, you know, we don't rehearse for this. This is, you're seeing everything as it happens.
Yeah, it's like, shoot, let's just figure this out as we go along.
Yeah, and so I've never asked you yet, how are the different officers when they're assigned to a precinct? You know, is it just like luck of the draw, you get randomly assigned, or say when I come out of the academy, if I'm from Tumon and I know those streets like the back of my hand, I can find my way around walking backwards blindfolded in the dark?
Yeah, it's the direction of our operations sergeant, Major Manny Chong. You know, he sees the need for the operation and really dealing with personnel of just 114 B coverage. And I want to just stick with 114 because that's from the dead of the precinct to the southern precinct. Our officers have to be able to endure, be innovative, and be very creative, and also be motivated. So, you know, you hear every segment, we always attribute to supervisors that they are the firstborn in motivating our troops out there. So, you know, management in itself really looks at the operation and how and what's needed to bring the officers there. So it's not the luck of the draw, it's really where the management sees fit and the department sees fit, which you can better serve and protect the community.
Okay, now if I'm just the average Guamanian, I really, really love my village, I want to take care of my neighborhood, and I want to do something that I can directly be part of making sure crime does not get into our neighborhood. What's the best way for me to do that? Can I enlist in GPD? Can I be a reservist?
Absolutely.
Or can I just join my neighborhood watch program?
Start to see what you can do to make a difference in your community. Reach out to your mayors. We have a great link. We have a great partnership. There's a great communication between us and our respective mayors. If you want, you know, we're looking for dedicated men and women who would like to walk in our boots and you know, serve and protect the sign. And so, stop by you know, Department of Labor and I'm sorry, not Department of Labor, the Department of Administration, DOA, and pick up an application.
It's been a while since you had to apply for a job.
Yeah, you know, we're welcoming, you know, hopefully, knock on wood, and everything goes accordingly. We're looking at bringing in 28 officers in the, you know, into the training academy. So, you know, we want to feature that. We want to highlight that. But again, you know, the Guam Police Department's here for you guys. So, you know, take advantage and, you know, give us a call. All
right, man. So we really appreciate doing this segment for you, and I'll look for you Tuesday at Sinahania, right?
Wednesday at Aganya Precinct. We're gonna, you know, wish Aganya well and move on as we're gonna transition into the new precinct. But
all right.
We'll be at Aganya Precinct. We'll probably take a walk at the Palooza.
All right, very cool. So unlike this segment, that segment is completely live. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, Paul is very, very large. He's a football player. He's also super funny, and you'll get to see that when you tune into our show on Facebook Live. We'll see you then.
Thanks again.
All right, and we'll see you right after this break.